This isn't a black pill. This is a warning. Even though it's from the big black cock, so maybe it should have been a black pill. No, that's not why I'm going over this story. I'm not telling you this to make you feel bad, to make you feel scared, to make you feel, no, was it hopeless? I'm telling you this to give you an opportunity to prepare for what's coming. Bank of England expects Airstrip 1 to fall into longest recession ever. And it's not just Airstrip 1, by the way. This is like worldwide. You can't just lock down entire countries for 2 fucking years and fire people for refusing to participate in an experiment and not have it have severe long-term consequences. So while you're able to make money, make as much money as you can, stock as much food and medical supplies as you can, you're going to need it. The Bank of England has warned Airstrip 1 is facing its longest recession since records began as it raised interest rates by the most in 33 years. It warned that Airstrip 1 would face a very challenging 2-year slump with unemployment nearly doubling by current year plus 3. Oh, dude, it's going to get, it's probably going to be longer than that and be worse than that, man. The bank boss Andrew Bailey warned of a tough road ahead for Airstrip 1 households, but said it had to act forcefully now or things will be worse later on. Yeah, if only they had that mindset 2 years ago, huh? So it lifted rates to 3% from 2.25, the biggest jump since 1989. Damn. So by raising rates, the bank is trying to bring down soaring prices as the cost of living raises in the fastest rate in 40 years. At this point, there's not really much they can do. Like, just the whole thing has to go through a reset, really. Food and energy prices have jumped in part because of the EU's response to the Ukraine war, which is of many households facing hardship and starting to drag on the economy. And this was after their own government basically declared war on them during the pandemic for 2 years, too. So a recession is defined when a country's economy shrinks for 2 3-month periods or quarters in a row. Yeah, so we're in one in the U.S., by the way, even though they keep redefining it. So typically, companies make less money, pay falls, and unemployment rises. So this means the government receives less money in tax to use on public services such as health and indoctrination. So the bank has previously expected Airstrip 1 to fall into recession at the end of this year and said it would last for all of next year. Longer than that. All right, but it believes the economy is already entering a challenging downturn this summer, which will continue to next year in the first half of current year +1, a possible general election year. So they're going to do everything they can to manipulate that so the problems don't come in until after the election. While it will not be Airstrip 1's deepest downturn, it will be the longest since records began in the 1920s. So we're talking Great Depression. So the unemployment rate is currently at its lowest for 50 years, but is expected to raise to nearly 6.5%. The interest rate announced is the first since the former Prime Minister Liz Truss. How long did she last? Like 3 months? And former Chancellor Kwasi Kwarteng unveiled the controversial mini budget in September. Their plans for £45 billion worth of unfunded tax cuts, much of which have been reversed, has sent the value of the pound tumbling and sparked market turmoil, forcing the Bank of England to step in to restore calm. You also need to cut spending as well when you cut revenue. That's the part they always forget. Mr. Bailey told the Big Black Cock he believed the mini budget had damaged the Airstrip 1's standing internationally. He said the recent International Monetary Fund gathering in Washington that it was very apparent to me that the Airstrip 1's position and the Airstrip 1's standing has been damaged. Same week, Mr. Kwarteng was sacked as Chancellor. So the Chancellor Jeremy Hunt said the most important thing the British government can do right now is restore stability, sort out our public finances and get debt falling so that the interest rates rises are kept as low as possible. And you know how you do that? Get out of the whole Russia-Ukraine situation. Oh, but Shadow Chancellor Rachel Reeves said families could not withstand such high rate rises. We've got rising food prices, rising energy bills, and now higher mortgage rates as well. One of the things I learned when I took economics class is never get an adjustable rate mortgage unless you're confident you can pay it off like really fucking quick. So this whole mortgage rate hikes, that'll only affect the people that got adjustable rate mortgages. Those who got fixed rate mortgages, they're not going to have any difference. Now all the other shit's still going to get more expensive, but at least you don't have to worry about your mortgage rate getting screwed out the ass. So the latest rate hike, the bank's eighth since December, takes borrowing costs to their highest since 2008, when the Esteban banking system faced collapse. Oh, the whole government, the whole country's facing collapse now. So the bank believes by raising interest rates, it will make it more expensive to borrow and encourage people not to spend money, easing pressure on the prices in the process. No, but people still have to spend. Dude, when the price of food has doubled, all the money people would be saving, they have to spend on necessities. But while its latest rate rise will be welcomed by savers, it will be a knock-on effect for those with mortgages, credit card debt, and bank loans. Oh, yeah. So Michelle, 58, from East Riding in Yorkshire, has a loan on a van and is nervous about interest rates rising. My disposable income has gone down dramatically recently, and I earn more than a great amount of than the amount to get benefits. She told the Big Black Cock they need to help the middle earners. Oh yeah. They here in the U.S. they call that the welfare cliff, and that's why there shouldn't be there shouldn't be cutoffs for receiving benefits. It should be a gradual decline. Like, okay, every dollar above this amount you get X amount less benefits until it goes down to zero. But the way it is now, like a lot of times it's a cutoff. Like say, oh, this particular benefit, you just don't qualify for any of it after like $20,000. So if you make $19,999 and you qualify for like $5,000 of benefits, and then you get a raise that takes you up to like $21,000, you've basically lost $4,000, even though you're making more money. They need to get rid of these benefit cliffs. That would fix so many fucking problems. Well, Michelle needs the van to get to work, and there's no public transport near her, but if her loan repayment cost rises, she fears she'll have to give up on the vehicle. Well, I think cars are the same way. You could get a fixed rate car loan. At least I was able to. I can work from home, but like most places, my workplace wants us back in the office at least 3 days a week, and I've had to have talks with them about how I can't afford that. It's a 60-mile round trip. It's expensive. I mean, I feel your pain. I've had to do that before. Those with mortgages are also feeling nervous. The bank forecasts that if interest rates continue to rise, those whose fixed rate deals are coming to an end could see the annual payments soar up to £3,000. Wait, what the fuck? No, so here in the U.S., you either have a fixed rate loan or an adjustable rate loan, and unless there's some exceptions I see somewhere, whichever one you get, that's the loan you have for the whole life of the loan. There is no fixed rate term. Holy shit, you guys in Airstrip 1 are just being fucked up the ass, aren't you? You actually have limited terms on your fixed rate loans? Jesus Christ. Man, your government is just butt fucking you guys raw. Holy fuck, like in the US, if you get a fixed rate loan, it's fixed rate until you pay that fucking thing off. So it said that it would increase interest rates if inflation remained high. Financial markets have been expecting rates to peak at 5.25, but the bank does not expect them to rise this high. It might even get higher. Now, the bank's rate decision comes before the government unveils its tax and spending plans on the new Prime Minister Rishi Sunak at the autumn statement on 17th of November. On Thursday, the pound slumped 2% against the dollar, and the cost of the government borrowing rose in response to the bank's warnings. Yeah, I mean, it's going to happen. So the bank has done something it can't normally do in the published minutes of its decisions. It has given guidance that seems to suggest peak interest rates of about 4.5% next autumn. It might be higher. For those of the glass half full, this is lower than the 6% assumed just a month ago in the post-mini budget market turmoil. So they probably just, it's probably just propaganda at this point. They're claiming, oh, it's not going to be that bad. You can give us your money again. So while the government borrowing costs and the level of the pound have somewhat recovered after a series of U-turns since, mortgage markets and business loans are still showing some stress, adding the prolonged hit to the economy. So the forecast predicts that the unemployment rate will rise while household incomes will come down too. Yep. And while inflation is still going up, so you're going to make less money and your money's going to be worth less on top of that. And you're going to have to spend more of it on your mortgage too. Ain't that fucking great? This is a picture of a painful economic period with Airstrip 1 performing worse than the US and the Eurozone. Indeed, what was forecast as a sharp energy recession just 3 months ago is now a shallower but more prolonged energy and mortgage shock. So they're just going to spread the problem around a little bit.